much do you really need?
Yep.
Type deal, right? So we talked about rapid descent, right?
Yep.
So what we're gonna do right now is go ahead and we want to see how quickly we can descend real quick while we're at altitude.
Okay.
Let's open the spoilers.
Okay.
To full. And we're gonna shove the nose at the ground. Watch how it accelerates to 80. But feel that resistance. It's kind of pushing back and not wanting to accelerate anymore.
Yeah.
Go full up. All the way up. And watch how fast that speed dissipates, right?
Yep.
It's gone right away. So go ahead and close the spoilers. So if we need to get out, we get out really, really fast without covering much ground, right?
Yes.
So with that said, hey Romeo Mike, you on the ground?
Romeo Mike is on the ground.
Cool. All right. Bravo Mike is final for 16 Williams. Number 2 behind 7 Yankee.
Yeah, he's just landing.
So we're looking. We want to fly 55. Let's have the spoilers unlocked, right? But at this point, we're gonna overfly the airport like 5 times, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for sure.
So do you think from here we can make it down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we had to, we
had to, right? But it's starting to like
circle and all that stuff too.
we get to the point where you can't even see the runway, right?
Yes. Correct.
And what you just said is perfect, right? If we were really this high, circle, do something else. Don't be dumb, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and go to whole spoiler first. Hey, go to half spoiler.
Okay.
Are we gonna make the runway?
I mean, it's looking a little better just because we're pointed nose down, but
Right,
we're
but
gonna
no,
carry
right?
so much energy.
Let's go to full. From here, are we gonna make it?
That's
I think
no
we'd still punch my house if we just kept in half
it's
full
no
spoiler,
difference,
right?
yeah.
So let's shove the nose down. Keep it down. See how it increases to 80? We're aiming for the end of the runway, before the end of the runway, because we want to start flaring it off, right?
Yep. I mean, yeah, we're getting down quick. And I'm even not at 80.
We can do it so we won't even make the runway, right? Now bring the nose back up to half. Now go back to half spoiler. See how our speed stays in? We're actually going to have to close it to make it up there, right?
Yep.
Close the spoiler. And wait until we're over the white lines before you open them back up to half, right?
Yep.
Okay, half again. There you go. Hold. Get the stick all the way back. Remember, keep it back for the rod. See how it still keeps the nose up. And we can start using the brakes. Brakes. Nice. All right.
That was fun.
Right?
Yeah, that was fun for sure.
So, it makes sense, right?
Very much.
But, like, it's weird. It makes sense now, but it's not the tactic people use. Like, at the end of the runway, you go, shit, what do I do, right? So if you have to shove the nose down, you have to keep that full spoiler out. And it's important that you keep the full spoiler out until you get back to the speed you want, right? So slow back to like 50 and then go back to half spoiler.
Okay.
Because what would happen is, say we got low like that,
Okay.
and then you just close the spoiler. Well, now we're still doing freaking 80 over the ground, right?
Okay.
So bring the nose up to bleed the speed off, because we don't want the speed at that
All right.
point either.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's where people screw that one up. Is then they like say you went and did that, and you were super high, and then you got low, and then you closed the spoiler all the way up, and now you're coming up the runway at 80, porpoising down the runway, basically, you know. Start like really kind of pitchy and can get all weird.
Yeah, I almost did, but I mean,
You brought the key when you did that, you closed up and then you brought the spoiler out at the same time, but we pitched up before we closed those spoilers, and so we were like 60 over the fence then instead, you know.
okay. Which we should be slower. I mean, right? We should
It
be
was
right.
okay for what we were doing. Yeah, I thought it was
Okay.
fine, you know, because we got low. But the other thing is, we're looking for like that half spoiler glide. So I just wanted to show you that we can make it all the way down there. If I was doing that for real, the faster I slide down, we were really on a half spoiler glide, like 2 fields back, so we could have just
Yeah.
pitched up to our half
Yeah,
spoiler, went back
right.
to half, and now we're on our stabilized
Right, but
approach.
we basically went
Dip
back
down
into
below it and then come back to it and land, right?
we
So
basically
don't-
went to ground effect again.
Yeah,
to look
and
for
we
a
didn't
little
want to
bit.
go down quite that far, but I wanted to show you that, hey, even from where we're at over that red bar, we can still miss the runway in like a quarter mile.
Yeah.
From 1,000, 1,200 feet, right? Right?
Yeah.
This is crazy that, man, from 1,000 feet there, we can go straight out 7 miles or hit the ground in less than a half mile, right? Pretty, when you start putting
Yeah.
context to it, that's pretty impressive. In a straight line. It's not like we're doing turns or anything, you know?
That's why people that are good at racing these things are good at racing these things, because
Right.
it's got that much of a performance, envelope.
Did the wind pick up at all?
No?
It was looking like it was a little stronger after it took off. And I was almost considering going north, but
I mean,
I was just thinking what is going to happen when Jonathan goes full. If it's
Uh,
not changing, then we're fine.
no, I don't expect it to change. Everything on the forecast show is going to stay light all day. But you should ask that guy if he is a professional meteorologist.
Hey, meteor guy,
He studies meteors.
are we going to get wind today?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, we are.
That was fun.
So we're gonna do the same thing again,
Slip.
except with the slip, right? So we'll be at like half spoiler, kind of that same thing.
Now this is a precision tow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
That's high.
6,000 feet.
Williams traffic
You'll be
line
down in
59 or
2.5
6,000
minutes.
feet in the aerobatic practice area beginning routines. Williams.
He gets he takes a 6,000 foot tow. It takes about 15 minutes to get there. He gets about 6 minutes of aerobatics.
Yep.
Yes.
Radio, altimeter. Looks like we're pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Altimeter. Thank you. Alright. Canopy. Cables. Controls. Dive brakes. Direction of wind. Emergency procedure. Just be ready for nose down until we're at basically 200 and then be ready to turn. Alright. Seven Yankees, Bravo Mike, 2000 to the north.
2,000 north.
So go.
Acroglider, we got someone crossing over the airfield from west to east. Maybe your altitude. Looking.
Alright, we're good. There, south of you guy looks lower. Alright. Full deflection. Go all the way to the stop when you're doing the
I don't see him.
Okay.
The transient traffic is south of Guy.
Williams traffic, 07 Yankee departing 34 Williams, straight out departure.
700 feet, ending aerobatics, headed for 2 bars, William.
6 minutes?
Yeah, right? Maybe not. Alright.
This will be 0.1 in the logbook, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it ends up being like a 0.4 overall, I guess, because you still have the flight time before and after. Let's go ahead and do a 180-degree turn.
Okay.
To final.
Williams, traffic 07 Yankees on a right face, 16 Williams.
Right base.
Williams traffic, glider 59er, left downwind, landing 16 Williams.
I got the right traffic.
Let's slow to minimum sync.
Okay.
ISO plane in sight.
59er Bravo Mike is 1200 straight north, planning straight in. I'll go number 2 behind you though. A little slow and minimum sync and hold up.
Thank you.
So see the glider on downwind, just sinking below horizon, just above the water. At like 11, 12 o'clock. Just below the horizon line,
Williams
starting a
traffic,
slight
glider
turn, maybe
59er,
10
left
o'clock.
base,
No.
landing 16
Turning,
Williams.
I've got it for a second.
Okay.
Just off the nose. See that little flash? Just off our nose now, straight off.
Oh.
Little dot, slightly lower, maybe 5 degrees below. Now off our 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do here is just kind of slow, do a minimum sync turn. Yep. And let him go in first, right? You got it? You gotta keep this really shallow turn.
Right.
And we'll just turn to final.
Okay.
Like I said, you get half spoilers and the rest you have to do with the slip, okay?
Okay.
See, this is the fun day, right?
Yes.
They kept asking you if it was fun, now it's fun.
5 minutes, final Williams.
Yeah, you know, I've done the flying. It's, I think, the risking in my life thing that is fun now.
Yeah, right?
It's gotta be, right? Okay, it's on final.
Yeah.
Oh, keep this in.
So keep flying straight now. So see how your plan was to kind of line up with the runway? Fly straight out and get really lined up for a long final, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
And you're doing spoilers, but I mean, you're just gonna.
No, you'll get spoilers, but we're only allowed half.
Right.
So go ahead and yeah, from here let's start out with half. There you go. Oop. Close. Right there, right?
Okay.
Williams traffic, Bravo Mike, straight in final, 16 Williams. So, yep. I feel like you don't need it. So, questions?
No, that was way. I mean, fun. Probably more fun to do with like a passenger who's a thrill seeker.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, both of those.
It's not uncomfortable, right? You know,